If you became a billionaire, would you donate half of your earnings to charity? Easier to say, but it's harder to look for legitimate charities. I'd say visit every hospital in your county and pay the bills of surgery patients who's behind schedule. I'd love to say that I absolutely would without hesitation, but I also think that much wealth warps a person's mind. I'm not confident that I'd be immune. Not exactly. I'm a scientist by training, so what I think I would do is start a foundation for funding fundamental and applied research in areas that direly need it. You could fairly safely get something like a 100M per year returns on the money, which could be used without touching the principal, which then could be used for the charitable cause. Even if you'd answer yes to the original question, you should probably just invest the money and donate the annual returns to charity, as this would give much more long-term. What I wouldn't do is to buy a mega yacht or a golden toilet seat. A billionaire in cash or assets? Absolutely not, because I have worked for non-profits, and for many of them by the time the money gets to the people you were donating towards, it's pennies on the dollar. I'd rather use that money and buy real estate and rent it to people at a discount on the condition they take care of it and aren't pigs. They would also have a time limit to live on the property because the entire point of the discount is so they can save for a down payment for their own place. I already do that now, but obviously on a smaller scale. So, I would probably dedicate a large portion of it to charity-like things, but would not blindly donate it all to charity. I do want to make sure the money is being used wisely and not just funding some useless non-profits. Lol, fuck no. No, I wouldn't donate any of it to charities once it's out of my hands. I have no control of it. I would, however, use it to make the world a better place, be that through buying places and charging affordable rent, setting up animal welfare centers and free vets, or suing the tits off the government for minor transgressions, but not a single penny would be going to Oxfam, etc. Who are daydreaming, but nope. I would create a charitable trust into which I would put 950 million. The purpose would be to build homes for people to rent as cost price 5. The idea being the house pays for itself over a 50-year period and the tenant gets a secure long-term, maintained home. The 5 extra goes towards more homes. 50 million is more than enough to live a life of luxury. Very unlikely. Half of my earnings is a lot of money. I'm smart enough to know that despite how simple it seems to agree to it now, if it really happened, no, I wouldn't. Would I be generous? I'd like to think so. But half? No. I knew a guy that founded a company most Americans at the time definitely knew about and perhaps patronized. Suffice to say, his wasn't truly rags to riches, but certainly middle class to riches. Suffice to say, that was one of the lessons I learned from him. It all looks very different when it's your Porsche or your mansion. True, he wasn't a billionaire by any stretch, but he was rich enough to have what is affectionately known as FU money. I think his point stands no matter how much money you have. Money changes you. I prefer helping a community instead. Yes, to me, I am my favorite charity. Nope, I'll help those in need myself wherever I can and want. You mean charities where administrative salaries are higher than donations? No, help directly. Only fund charities that you trust. No, not to any established charity. I would create not-for-profit businesses in my community. Coffee shops, grocery stores, restaurants, and so on would pay everyone well. I would retain 20 of profits to pay for repairs or other emergency issues with the businesses, but the rest would be reinvested into the community. There would be free lunch for school kids, free after-school programs, free therapy, and so on. My community would have all of their needs met. They could shop, eat, and buy things knowing their money was going right back into the community to help their family, friends, and neighbors. We would hold massive town events where everything is free and just focuses on creating connections and helping those who are lonely or in need. To research facilities or nature preservation, yes, but anything else, hell no. No idea why I would want to donate my hard-earned money for others to enjoy. There are people who went from being poor to rich, if they can do it, so can anyone else, IMO. Yes to a local charity such as the Homeless Center and the places that feed the homeless. Yes to local schools to buy books and supplies. Yes to local animal rescues. No to any big charity where only about 10 cents on the dollar actually helps anyone. The rest of your dollar pays for the huge salary for the CEO and staff that mostly does fundraising to keep those donations to pay the CEO and fundraisers coming in.